Going to do an oil change on a 98 Moto Guzzi 22mm spanner. Crack it off. There we go. Catch all that oil. I left it draining overnight, and now I am taking these. We've got a load of M6 bolts holding the sump on. I should have filmed that.
Were you looking for that?
No, that's something separate. Okay, so we've just dropped the sump off, and there was lots and lots of Allen headed bolts, but this one here was the one that provided the most trouble. So you can see there that I've drilled it, and as soon as you get through it, the whole thing drops, which was fine. So yeah, I had one that had just rounded off, so I drilled the head off it. The sump popped off no problem, and this wasn't difficult to get out as soon as it got the pressure off of it. And this is what we found inside. So I'm just gonna, let's go over. I've had my fingers in the oil and there's nothing at all. Bring the camera down. I've never put my fingers in a sump before and found no evidence of any iron filings. There's none. It's perfect. There's just nothing in there. And right in the corners, there's no filings. Oh, did I fail the tiniest bit then? No, there's nothing. There's normally bits of shrapnel in there. Show him the mileage, Otto. What's that read? You don't want to talk on camera, do you? Oh, crying out loud. It's because he's got a funny Australian accent. What does that say? 2280? It's a possibility, because the oil filter is genuine. It's a genuine Moto Guzzi one, so that could be the original mileage. That'd be nice. A little bit of Caro in the chuck it in the bottom of the sump. Give it a right good clean out. So I've just had some kerosene in there. There's still some more that needs doing. It's not finished yet, it's not clean yet, and I've got the pre-filter gauze screen there that wants doing, and I am going to clean out the pressure release valve, and I'm also, just because I think it's good practice, I'm also going to clean the back of it as well, the underneath should I say. We've got a big thick gasket on here, and I've got brand new gaskets to go back on there. This gasket was stuck on, and you can see I've used a razor blade. Be careful when you're doing it, so you don't want to put any marks into this mating face. This stuff here, Loctite MR 5923 aviation gasket sealant. Once I've painted this, will prevent the next gasket from sticking to it too much. But before we do that, this is a fishing hook sharpening stone. But we're not going fishing, and we're not sharpening the hooks. What we are going to do is dress this gasket mating face with this flat stone to ensure that we've got a good mating surface. Cleans off any bits of crap. Oh, I can actually feel a little bit in that. I'm going to have to put my camera down in a minute, but I think that I have illustrated my point anyway. Okay, so any bits that stick up, any knocks, marks, nicks, anything like that that might prevent this sump from sealing properly will be removed with this stone. And I'm just going to wipe it clean. This aviation sealant just smells the best. Absolutely love it. And all you do is you paint it on here, and then you let it go tacky dry, so there's no rush. Enjoy the smell. Then just drop your gasket on top, and then paint the top of your gasket so that it doesn't stick to the other side either. Okay, new filter, gasket on top, and gasket painted, thoroughly cleaned sump. I will tweak that up. There you go, I knew that was going to be hand tight. Tweak that up. My Guzzi pre-filter has come off, been cleaned, gone back on, and had the tab bent up. All in and all tight, and I know that they're tight because I have just tightened them all to 10 Newton meters, which I probably wouldn't have done if it was on my own bike, but it's somebody else's, so getting the torque wrench on it is not a big deal. It would be embarrassing if one fell out or if I stripped one off either, so it's just easier to get the torque wrench out. It says between 8 and 12, and I figured that's somewhere near 10. I love these pump thingies. I used to hate tipping it in and it's going everywhere and all that kind of crap. With this, it's just a simple pump. They're not expensive. It's not one of those, there's a tool for everything. But I use this a fair bit and it's just no mess. Now the ignition on this bike's stuffed, so the wires are twisted together. So it's not a key start. You put the battery in and that's it. It's automatically ready to go. I have not cleaned the tank out yet. I've cleaned the rest of the fuel system, but not the tank out. I'm just going to run some fuel through the injectors. I'm just going to let it tick over for a little bit and play it to you, so to speak. That's even fastened on. So let's give it a go and just let it idle for a bit and get some of that fresh oil through. Sounds good for a bike that hasn't run in a heck of a long time.